NVIDIA has spent years giving robots their brains, but this time, the company is stepping much closer to the body. Instead of only showing a faster chip or another AI model, Jensen Huang revealed a full humanoid robot platform meant for researchers who want to build, test, and train without starting from zero. The robot is tall, powerful, packed with sensors, and carries NVIDIA's computing stack inside. Only after you look at the full package does the name matter. It is the Unitree H2+, and NVIDIA is using it as a shortcut for the next wave of humanoid research. To understand why NVIDIA built this robot, we first need to understand the problem inside robotics labs. Before researchers can teach a humanoid to walk, grab objects, follow commands, or learn new tasks, they have to build the entire system around the robot. That means setting up simulation, collecting human demonstrations, organizing data, training AI models, testing them safely, and finally moving those skills onto the real machine. Jensen Huang explained that most teams have to connect all of this from scratch, and that setup can take months before real research even begins. This is what NVIDIA wants to change. Instead of giving labs only a chip or a single software tool, NVIDIA is giving them a complete starting point: the robot body, the onboard AI computer, the sensors, the hands, and the software stack already designed to work together. If NVIDIA gives every robotics lab a ready-made humanoid platform, how fast do you think robot development will move now? Share your thoughts below. Now let's talk about the body, because this is where the H2+ becomes more than a research computer on legs. For a humanoid to be useful in real-world research, it has to do more than stand still and move its arms. It needs enough height to work around human spaces, enough joint movement to walk, turn, bend, reach, and balance, and enough strength to carry objects without falling apart under load. That is why the H2+ is built at human scale, standing nearly 6 feet tall, about 1.82 meters, and weighing around 154 pounds, about 70 kilograms, with the battery. Its body has 31 degrees of freedom, with 6 in each leg, 7 in each arm, 3 in the waist, and 2 in the head, giving researchers a wide range of motion to test whole body skills. The power is serious too, with leg joints reaching up to 360 Newton meters of torque and arm joints reaching 120 Newton meters, which helps the robot lift, balance, recover, and handle real physical movement. The arms can carry about 15 pounds, 7 kilograms each, with a peak near 33 pounds, 15 kilograms. Underneath, crossed roller bearings, low inertia motors, and aerospace-grade alloys make it strong enough for serious lab work, not just stage demos. But a strong body is only useful if the robot can understand what is happening around it. A humanoid needs to see the room, judge distance, track nearby objects, listen to instructions, and feel its own balance while moving. That is why the H2+ comes with a wide sensing system instead of only one camera. A head-mounted stereo camera gives it a broad view, seeing 140 degrees across and 102 degrees down, so it can watch more of the environment in front of it. An onboard motion sensor tracks small changes in balance, while microphones and speakers allow voice interaction. The important part is that all this vision, sound, and motion data can flow into the onboard computer in real time, giving the robot the awareness it needs before it acts. Then comes the part that makes this platform much more useful for manipulation research: the hands. Walking is important, but most real-world tasks depend on what a robot can do once it reaches the object. It has to pick things up, adjust its grip, hold delicate items, and understand contact, instead of just closing its fingers blindly. That is where the Sharpa tactile hands become a major upgrade. Each hand adds 22 active degrees of freedom, bringing the full system to 75 degrees of freedom across the body and hands. Each fingertip has over 1,000 tactile pixels and can detect tiny forces down to 0.005 newtons. In simple words, these hands are not just grabbing, they are feeling. The grip force reaches around 150 newtons, and each hand can handle up to 66 pounds, 30 kilograms. This gives researchers a platform for studying fine assembly, unknown object grasping, human-robot collaboration, and even future caregiving tasks where touch matters as much as vision. Now the question is, how does the robot process all of this without waiting for a computer across the room? That is where NVIDIA's Jetson Thor becomes the center of the whole platform. For a humanoid to react naturally, the brain has to handle cameras, microphones, motion sensors, AI models, and body control at the same time. If those decisions happen too slowly, the robot may miss a movement, lose balance, or fail during a task. Jetson Thor is built to solve that problem by putting powerful AI computing directly inside the robot. It delivers up to 2,070 teraflops of AI performance from a Blackwell GPU with 2,560 cores, 128 gigabytes of memory. That onboard power allows the H2 Plus to fuse sensor data, run foundation models, and control the whole body with lower delay. Instead of thinking through an external lab computer, this robot carries its own supercomputer brain inside. But the biggest reason NVIDIA is involved is not only the hardware. The real value is the full software path that connects a researcher's idea to a working robot skill. In normal robotics research, teams often have to collect data in one tool, train in another, test somewhere else, and then fight to move that result onto the real robot. NVIDIA is trying to turn that messy process into one connected loop. Researchers can build and test worlds in Isaac Lab, capture human demonstrations with Isaac Teleop, and then use Omniverse and Cosmos to turn one demonstration into many training examples. After that, they can train the robot's policy, test it in Isaac Lab Arena, and deploy it through Isaac ROS onto Jetson Thor. Every part is modular, so labs can use NVIDIA's tools or replace pieces with their own. That makes the platform open enough for serious research, while still giving teams a ready path from training to real-world action. If this robot can actually feel objects with its fingertips, what would you trust it to handle first? Tools, food, glass, or something more delicate? Tell me below in the comments. Now, this does not mean the H2 Plus is suddenly a finished robot worker ready to enter every home or factory. This is still an early research platform, and NVIDIA is not hiding that. Humanoids are still expensive, power-hungry, and difficult to maintain compared to normal machines. The quick-release battery gives around 3 hours of operation, which is useful for lab sessions, but still far from all-day work. True general-purpose intelligence is also not here yet, because robots still need much better reasoning, safety, reliability, and real-world learning before they can handle open-ended human environments. The price also makes it clear who this is for. The base H2 starts near $29,900, and the full Plus version with premium hands, Jetson Thor, and the integrated software stack will likely cost much more. Availability is expected in late 2026, mainly for well-funded universities and research labs. So this is not a home robot today. It is a serious head start for the people trying to build the robots of tomorrow, and that is the real bet NVIDIA is making. The H2 Plus is not important only because it gives one lab a new robot. It matters because NVIDIA is trying to create a common starting point for humanoid research. Instead of every team building its own messy pipeline from scratch, researchers can begin with the same body, brain, sensing system, tactile hands, and open software stack already connected. That could help universities compare results, share progress, and move faster toward general-purpose physical AI. Do you think NVIDIA's real breakthrough here is the robot itself, or the software pipeline that turns one idea into a working robot skill? Tell me below in the comments. So, this is where NVIDIA's real robotics push becomes clear. The H2 Plus is not being presented as a finished home robot or a factory worker ready for mass deployment. It is a starting point for researchers, built to make humanoid development faster, easier, and more open. If this video ends here, then the big takeaway is simple. NVIDIA just gave labs a serious head start. But if we keep going, the next robot shows how quickly this race is expanding.